And then I'll give you the piece of advice that Donald Westlake gave to me. So Donald Westlake, amazing crime writer, one of my all-time favorites, and one of the great noir writers ever. What he did has allowed me to live in this house, essentially. If Donald Westlake didn't exist, I'd just be a really funny accountant. So, no, not an accountant, I'm bad at math. I'd be a really funny public relations executive. But I did an event with Donald Westlake. This was many years ago at this point because he's long dead. And I had just written a book I couldn't sell. So this was like 2005. And I was interviewing Donald Westlake at the LA Times Festival of Books. And for some reason, he took a shine to me, which was like the greatest moment of my entire life. And so we spent the rest of the day sort of walking around the book festival. And eventually we caught up with my brother. And my brother and I got to live out a dream of hanging out with Donald Westlake together, which is cool. But anyway, we were walking around talking, and I was having this existential crisis. And I said, I wrote this book I couldn't sell, and I'm really feeling like I don't know how to end books. I don't feel like I know how to end scenes anymore. Like I'm really having this real trouble as a writer. And he said this very simple piece of advice that changed my approach to writing and has effectively changed my life, which was, I know a story is over, I know a chapter is over, I know a scene is over when the reader could write the next page. And it's a simple piece of advice, but when you sort of apply it broadly to all of your work, it's like, right, constantly be creating surprise, constantly keeping the reader off balance, constantly be aware that the reader, in order to turn the page, has to not be one step ahead of you. And that completely altered my reality as a writer. And so I tell that story to writers all the time because I want them to recognize how true that is. The things that